Hey there folks, welcome to another Train Sim World 2 video. Today going to be going over a bit of a fairly large update Dovetail Games recently released. I think it was around about 5 or 6 gigabytes if you've got both of the already released Rush Hour routes, which of course include this here, which is Boston Sprinter, and the Dresden-Riesa route, which is, what is it called, Nahverkehr Dresden, or something like that. But anyway, tons of updates. I'm not going to go over each and every one. I will link the update page below that they released officially, if you'd like to go and check that out, because there's quite a few updates. But some of the things I would like to point out is they have fixed a few aspects and different parts of the line, namely at Herbenville and Reed interlocking, switching tracks. They've updated the cab lighting on the F40, so when you're in tunnels, you know, it's more correct and brighter and not as dark, I guess. They fixed a couple of signs, Stoughton Station, which were not working. Now they're apparently working correctly. Updated some signal aspects, and namely, one of the largest things, which you can probably figure out as I'm sitting here staring, is the overhead line equipment. Now, when this released, you know, they fully acknowledged it, yet they released it in such a state anyway. It had the old overhead line equipment, which, you know, didn't fit by today's standards, but Brandon, aka Cactus Juice, worked diligently, because this was kind of his route from the beginning that he like gave to Dovetail, and they kind of, you know, polished it off. But he went through and checked a lot of the aspects, signaling, the overhead line equipment, just equipment as a whole. There were some floating signs here and there, but it looks really nice. It really does look, you know, fairly good now. It's more modernized. It looks the way it should. Watch this F40 go into the yard here. It definitely fits it better. Now, if you're thinking, hey, this looks normal, well, yes, it is normal. This is the overhead line gantry that was used down on the other side of the route in Providence. So it just didn't have it here. It was like the older, you know, OG OHLE. It was all rusted and brown looking, if you remember. But they've got an update. It's you know, it's been a long time coming, but it's here. It's very nice. Very, very nice. They've also done a couple of things where they moved some trees out of the way of the track. I do remember those personally as well. I think there were like 2 or 3 where they placed there in real life, it would definitely, you know, injure someone. So they moved those out of the way. They've updated the road traffic going along, I think, I-95. We'll see if we can get back here without it booting us to the menu. Whoop. Yeah, it says they updated the road traffic by extending it along the freeway by the side of the track. Not sure exactly what the hell that's supposed to mean, but okay. Anyway, they say they've got various minor improvements to the scenery and night lighting. Now, I am assuming that may have something to do with, you know, what they did with the Dresden-Riesa route, because, you know, the whole thing surrounding Nahverkehr Dresden, the latest German route, is like the night lighting was massively changed, and it looked a lot better. It had more of a natural and brighter feel to it. You know, when the city comes alive at night and all the lights come on and all that good stuff. So it still skips and stutters quite a bit. That's one of the biggest problems I always had. As soon as you got to Back Bay Station, like right around that area, it kind of freezes up. So this is early morning. It's like 8 a.m. Just wanted to kind of show off the overhead line, which to me is the main dealio for the update of this route, and it looks really nice. It looks pretty good. And for what it's worth, I've still got mods applied, and they still appear to be working, so fear not if you have any mods applied. What I would recommend, though, just in case, is to always remove mods with an update, and then place them back in after the fact, possibly one by one. Alright, let's see what it looks like at nighttime. Alright, so it's pretty late in the evening now. We're still at South Station in Boston. It doesn't look much different, if I'm honest. They may have slightly tweaked it, but I feel like something like a major lighting improvement would have been a major overhaul and a lot of work for Dovetail and knowing how they operate with stuff like this. Maybe it looks a little brighter, you know, down with the light poles, but like as far as the city, like it looks very dark still. I feel like you can see the horizon a bit better, like it's not just pitch black. You can actually see a faint glow of the sun, you know, still setting way to the west over there, but there's definitely not much in terms of adding lights. Like I would imagine in real life this place would be just lit with all kinds of street lights and, you know, equipment. We'll scroll to the yard down here. See if we can pick up any extra lighting. So you can see as well the new OHLE is back in here as well, as it should be. Yeah, maybe they've done something to the general. I don't know what that's called, the technical terminology, but the horizon, the darkness, it does look a little bit different. I feel like it used to be a lot darker, and you couldn't, you know, you actually see a bit of a, you know, a hue, if you will, between the color and the darkness of night and space and the stars and all that stuff. And the further you go that way, it's obviously darker because the sun's setting over here. But, you know, it looks a little better. I'm still not a fan of, you know, night operation stuff like this because it just doesn't translate that well in, you know, in being able to see things, and therefore it's, you know, not very entertaining. I get that it's done in real life, but you know, it looks totally different like that. But if you want that 100% completion, then go for it. You're gonna do the night stuff anyway, most likely. We'll see if we can scoot down the back bay here, see if it looks any different. Now I do like that some of these buildings, you know, are lit up back here, but I feel like, you know, downtown, the financial district, Boston, like, yes, it's closed for the night, essentially. You know, trading is done for the day, but there would still be lights on. And the city is just black. It's almost like it's got like an apocalyptic look to it, you know, like zombies have taken over or something. I don't know. But back here it looks pretty good, you know, the buildings and whatnot are lit up, office lights on, all that good stuff. Apparently they lowered the ceiling of Back Bay Station as well. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. Now this looks pretty good in here, the lighting coming into here. That does seem a little bit more natural. Now I don't know what ceiling they lowered. This all looks pretty normal. I'm assuming this right here over the platforms themselves. Maybe this bit. Boy, that is low. Yeah. Possibly that's what it is. Alright, so a couple of really decent updates to Boston Sprinter, of course, namely the overhead line equipment, which, you know, is updated now and looks very cool. I'm going to have to go right down the route at some point here and check it out as a whole. But that's it for now. Like I said, I will post the information down below if you want to check out all the updates for yourself. But next, we are going to be heading to Germany, to Nahverkehr, Dresden, to something that is absolutely stunning. See you there in a minute. Okay, so we are now on the Dresden to Riesa route, which is the second part of Rush Hour for Train Sim World 2, and this is the Meissen Branch. This was released as part of the update yesterday. Now, I don't think it should be thought of as something that was given for free. I believe this branch was supposed to come with the route upon release, and when it was announced it was not, people got the pitchforks out and took to hunting down the monster. But here it is now, and I gotta say, after looking around a little bit, this is easily some of the most beautiful scenery I have seen in Train Sim World. 1, 2, as a whole. It is stunningly gorgeous back here, especially with the, the fall and autumn foliage going on as well. The orange and yellow hues and all that. Like, they got that right, It kind of makes me a bit salty because with the clinch field, and that's sort of what I'm reminded with here because, it's in a valley, essentially. And so they can do scenery well because the distant scenery is hidden, so to speak, so they don't have to deal with it, so they can pack much more scenery into a smaller area, right? So this looks phenomenal. This looks so good and picturesque through here, but they made fall/autumn look good. They didn't do that on Clinchfield Railroad. That's in Appalachia. That's my spirit animal, the Appalachian Mountains. Love them, Smoky Mountains, and it, in the game it looks nothing like that in fall, the way it does in this game. But they got it right here. It just looks absolutely gorgeous. So, as with this branch, which you now have access to, there is a whole other host of updates that was added to the route itself, which again I'm not going to go over because this will be like an hour-long video otherwise. Once again, I'll link it down below if you want to check it out if you've not already, but just a few bullet points on some of the big things they have done. If you have them, the DBBR 155 and the MRCE 182, if you've got those and you've got them installed, they have added those to the timetable or the roster. So they are services now on the route. So that's just more variety. More variety to another German route in Train Sim World, as if they didn't have enough. No, I'm not salty as all heck right now. But yeah, the German stuff in Train Sim World is quintessentially the best stuff as far as I'm concerned. And sad to say, being an American, but it is. It's got some of the most depth and variety, and just clearly some of the most beautiful routes. Like this place right here, just sitting here looking at this is absolutely gorgeous. But they've also joined the Meissen Branch services, which we are on the Meissen Branch now. This is an S1 line, so you'll be able to operate several loco-hauled and Dosto cab controlled services to and fro here. I don't know if there's any freight that goes through here, because I do know there's a line that runs back this way. Looks like maybe they're doing some work back there, but sadly you cannot go back there, so I don't think a freight train does run back there. But let's see, what else have they done? They added additional freight services throughout the day, so you'll just see more freight trains coming and going. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this scenery. Like, whoever did this, can you do all of the routes from now on? Like, all of them? Just take the reins and do all the routes now? That would be, this is dreamy. So, Saxony, Germany. Old world, definite old world feel heel. I can speak once again. Chewing on my tongue. Old world feel here. It is stunningly gorgeous. It's got churches and clock towers everywhere. this creek right here, which is, I don't know if it's a creek or a canal off the Elbe. But some of the out-of-the-way stuff is equally stunning. You know, just these buildings alone and the way they're set up with the foliage. It just looks really nice. Like this branch, you know, where you start essentially down here, just looks like it was curated, you know, just with a fine-tooth comb or I don't know, just it looks totally different. It's this is something else, man. Like the grass is all through here, the weeds. Anyway, I'll stop drooling over here. So this is, I think this is Triebstall we are currently at. Oh, that's one of the things they did as well. They fixed some of the passenger information displays, the signs here, if you will. Some of the longer ones weren't fitting, and some other crap was happening, so they have apparently corrected those. There's a whole slew of updates that they've done. But we'll get this train rolling. We're just going to head down the branch real quick here and just take a look around, because it is gorgeous. It's like borderline illegal how beautiful this is. Oh, and I'd like to point out, I'm using the DBBR 112 mod from the dude, the Shotte, who was responsible for a hand in the CSX switcher mod and the Clinchfield Reimagine mod. This is another one of his mods. He fixed the front of the 112 so it doesn't look as stupid, and the headlights are more realistic, and they have like a smaller bezel around them. It looks a little bit cleaner. He fixed some of the bump mapping and whatnot around the engine itself, and it looks like a totally different engine. It's not a huge mod, but it's definitely a damn good mod. But all the lights are the same size now. I feel like he's done something with the bumpers and the pilot down there. But yeah, go and check this mod out. As always, it's on Train Sim Community. I'll link that as well. It makes the 112 much more agreeable. But anyway, let's get this thing moving. Alright, so this is one of the stations. I'll go ahead and show you the map here. I think it's called Triebstall. I'm probably going to butcher all the names. Let the train pass here. There we go. Okay. So this is Dresden down here. Essentially, this line diverts from Coesvig, which is, I think, right here. This is Coesvig, where this bend is, if I'm not mistaken. And it heads off down this line here. So it's fairly substantial. I think I read if you do an entire S1 service to here and back, which, by the way, this service is S1 Meissen Triebstall to Dresden. It takes a pretty good amount of time. Let's see, it's got us arriving at 11:30 service. So yeah, it's like a 45-minute journey. That's not too bad, you know, for a good little run. And it's just, again, more variety for the German stuff, which again I'm not salty about at all, because you've got the main line essentially. You've got the Dresden-Riesa, you know, the metropolitan area of Dresden, and now this gorgeous little branch line. This friggin' church right here. It looks amazing. I feel like they definitely stepped up in the design and placement department here. It just looks like a cool-ass little town to, like, go and visit in real life. I mean, that's what's neat about stuff like this. I'll probably never come here in real life, sadly, but I did look up a bit of the place, and it's got some history. It's very natural, mountainous Not massive mountains, but, you know, as you can see, they're there. This church here, I believe, is called St. Benno. You can see the house is sitting on the hillside over there. Let's make sure our train stopped. Yeah, it did. But none of it really looks like it was just kind of placed down and forgotten about, if you know what I mean. Like, little things were added to just make it seem more realistic. These trees maybe, possibly would have like a planter in real life. But I'm not going to sit there and bitch about that. I'm just not going to do it. Because the rest of it is just, it's gorgeous. I can't help it. It is stunning, and you can just go all back in these what we call hollers. Now that, I believe, let's see, I believe that is a trail. This is part of a hiking trail. It's called like the Nordic Porcelain Trail or something like that. Let's see, I'm probably going to butcher this as well. I think it's called the Goldgrund. The Goldgrund. Anyway, it's like a hiking trail. Goldgrund, I'm assuming, it's got the word gold in it. They obviously found gold in this area, and there's a bit of a wash or a creek that's up that way a little bit in real life, which hence gave it its name. Got a nice little bridge here with the highway going underneath. This rock outcrop, which was obviously dug right into the side of the mountain here to lay the train line, which looks very nice and well placed. I mean, there's, like, if you like taking pictures, there is not a place on this friggin' branch line that is not picturesque. Like, you'll find something new every time. I probably spent like 2 hours last night just looking around. It is just very, very nice. Let's see, this is the second station. I believe this is part of the hiking trail as well, because there's a bunch of like hiking activity and trails and parks up that way, up the side of the hill there. Alright, I stopped a bit too soon. Let's get moving here. Hello. There we go. Another church. It's like you've got some sort of maybe like a tree farm or a winery or something across the valley there on the hillside. You'll see the line splits again to accommodate trains going to and fro. See, this little road right here even has these reflective markers on the side. That's really nice detail. That is really nice. Then you've got the road itself going up the side of the mountain here. And this kind of protection for the earth. The name eludes me right now. Sorry. But little details like that, they look amazing. A berm? Is that what I'm thinking of? A berm? Hold dirt and earth back, possibly. Alright, let's see if we stopped here. Son of a biscuit. Alright, it's going to make me go all the way forwards. Anyway, this is Meissen Branch. It's got a fairly large parking area, so that would lead me to believe it's a fairly busy place. A lot of people take this train probably to and from Dresden and whatnot. Alright, stop. Open the doors. There we go. Okay. Got this nice stone wall going down here as well. God, like, you know, I get it. It's a small branch. It is not very large. But can you imagine if this level of curation, quality, and detail was put into every single train sim world route? I mean, this looks phenomenal. This this landscape. It's like nothing else in Train Sim World, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, the buildings just fit. If you look at pictures of this place in real life, it does it. Now, I'm sure someone that lives here or someone in Germany that's been here would be like, no, that's not right. That's the wrong color, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's always that. That'd be like if they made a Florida East Coast railroad, route for Train Sim World. I'd probably pick it apart too. But for someone who does their due diligence but doesn't know, minor intricacies of an area, I think it looks pretty damn legit, if I'm honest. This looks really nice. Go ahead and close the doors here. Oh, which side did I open? Close them up. There we go. That's the actual platform here. People just standing around, motionless, a bit scary. I love these houses like sticking out of the hill here. God, what a view, living here must have. Across that valley there, seeing the trains and whatnot. Like even that, that's just gorgeous. And again, it's got this little path here with the lights or markers, whatever they're supposed to be. I'm assuming in this case they're probably lamps, and then this gorgeous area, which we'll get to here. We'll get the train moving. So we're coming up to the Elbe River. You've got more of the rock wall holding back the dirt and the earth. It's very nicely placed. These houses up on the hill. What's going on with this thing? I'm guessing that's supposed to be like that. I don't know. It's kind of funky. But just like looking down that little, look at that. That's. I wish I could pause the game like in Train Sim. That is fantastic, innate detail. The way the cars are parked on the sidewalk. You've got the umbrellas, the bench, the trees and planterns, the lampposts, that little road right there looks amazing. Now, I know a lot of people don't give a crap about stuff like that. They just care about the train, per se. I like a little bit of both. Don't get me wrong. I like a little bit of both. Yes, it is a train game, but the scenery certainly helps, especially in Train Sim World's case. I don't know if this was done on purpose, but whoever did this, if this was an accident, keep doing it. Because a-holes in real life don't know how to park most of the time. So, yeah, keep doing that. I'm gonna hit the brakes a little bit here. Look at this, man. Look at this. It's gorgeous. I want to shake the hands of whoever made this vigorously. I want to make their fillings get knocked loose. I'd shake their hands so hard because this looks gorgeous. It really does. Got this level crossing here. These buildings. This is insane. Just look at it's like just speechless for once. I know I just flap on and on and on, but good God. Keep doing this, Dovetail Games. Do this right here, everywhere. The town in itself. So back in here, there's all kinds of stuff. Fairly old historical city. Oh, snap. The barge. The fabled barge. Oh, my gird. We're going to have to wait and get a picture of that here. The fabled barge. I've heard of this, but I've never actually seen it. As soon as I'm done having a spasm here over it, We'll focus on the land itself. And brake. Alright, these passengers are going to be pissed. Yeah. I've heard about the barge. There it is. It's kind of funny. I wonder if it makes any sound or anything. But they put the channel buoys in here in the river, which is nice, showing where the depth is, what's been dredged out. The channel buoys go right around the curve of the river there as well. I want to see this thing. Come on, barge. You're holding up the video. Come on. Come on with you. Come on. Anyway, Old City. There's what's called the Meissen City Museum, which is up here. It's opened in 1901, which has got like cultural and local heritage artifacts and displays. And I think it was built, I feel like it was built in an old church or something. There's a castle, I think it's called Albrechtsberg Castle, built in 1471. You can sort of see in the distance there on the point. There's all kinds of stuff. Another cathedral, I think it's the namesake of the city, the Meissen Cathedral, built in 1260. I mean, this place has got age. Like, you know, where I'm from, America, we got like a couple of centuries, you know, at best. Stuff's old. And this city, just whoever created this city, wowzers. So I believe the spires are the cathedral, and then the church, or not the church, sorry, the castle is kind of hidden. Then again, I'm guessing maybe that is supposed to be the castle, because I think in real life it is right there. But, you know, they kind of just took what they had to work with, some of the buildings and, you know, spires and turrets and things like that, and just made the castle. But, God, this is making me want to use such potty mouth. It just looks so stunning. I mean, yes, it is a slightly small area, you know, through here. Here's another train coming. But good God, I mean, just everything about it looks so good. So good. A lot of history in this city, though. So let's not forget the bridge as well. Oh, and down this way. Did he just like stop? No, he's just going real slow. He's going about the right speed. I mean, there's so many angles, you know. We got a future car there floating. There we go. Here's another one. Get it, homie? All right. Yeah, just looking that way, and then like if you look this way up under the bridge there, God, dude, you throw the right shader on that, and that looks real. That really looks real. It's a double something. What I just said really looks real. Then you can come up here on this hill mount. Got another church. Bit more houses. Of course, they're not as detailed because, well, you're not really going to see a lot of this stuff up here down on the ground, but it still affords you a fantastical view. Peeking right through the trees. Look at that. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Go ahead and take a still shot. There's another bridge over there, complete with the reflectors and the markers for the river. Even on the wall, on the bottom of the castle, the bit right up against the river has got, you can see the braces in between the earthworks and the wall. This is like, it's almost like a totally different game. I know I'm just like spewing over here, just going absolutely nuts over this, but it does look amazing. This would be the next station. Down here is kind of cool. They've got a little construction scene going on, which is nice, blocking up traffic. Another church tower down that way. It's more modern out here. It's not as old. This is, what is this one called? I think it's just Meissen. Yeah, this one's just Meissen. So that back there is Meissen Allstat, where we last stopped. Look at these benches, man. I love the platform roof. It's like, you know, it's got its own unique look. It doesn't look like any recycled stuff. It looks a little old, but it's got charm. It's got character. It fits. The lighting looks nice. And then it essentially continues on that way and will join the main line. I am not going to continue that way. I just kind of wanted to cover a bit of the branch itself. So, if you've not gone and checked this out for yourself yet, highly recommend you doing that. Try not to spoil it too much here because, just personally, I love experiencing stuff like this and just seeing things for the first time in fresh eyes, if you will. But, yeah, big update, Rush Hour, Boston Sprinter, and Nahverkehr Dresden. That is it. Just wanted to go over a few things. I'll link the information down below if you want to go and check out the entire page. But closing thoughts. Excellent update. Well done. Bravo. And, here comes another barge. Jesus, it's my lucky day. Second barge. I've never seen a 1 here before. Well, not here, but down in Dresden. Whoever made this, please, I implore you, keep making all the routes in this very way. But anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.